High noon. The sun, a burning eye in the sky, wasn't a blessing, it was their power source. The vampire dragons descended, their leathery wings casting no shadows, their scales shimmering with stolen daylight. Below, their human thralls, eyes vacant and white, shambled forward. I am Dark Star, a hoodlum moon wizard, the only one standing in their way. Gripping my obsidian staff, I drew upon the faint, sleeping power of the moon. It was a sliver of night against a tidal wave of day, a fool's hope against an army of the sun. But in the darkest alleys, even a single spark can start a fire. Let's dance. The sun bled across the noon sky, a searing eye that gave them power. Not us, them. The cobbled streets were empty, save for me. They called me Dark Star, a hoodlum moon wizard caught in the day's inferno. High above, their leathery wings blotted out the light, draconic shapes with vampiric hearts. Below, their thralls, eyes vacant and hungry, began to shamble forward. My magic, born of twilight and shadow, felt like a dying ember in this solar forge. This wasn't my fight, not my time. But as the first dragon swooped down, its roar a promise of fiery damnation, I raised my hands. The street wasn't going to save itself. The sun hung like a bloodshot eye in the sky, offering no warmth. I blasted my way through the husks of people, their eyes empty but for a reflected crimson glare. They weren't people anymore, just puppets for the thing I was hunting. The dragon's shadow poisoned this city. Finally breaking free, I stumbled into a pocket of silence amidst the rubble. There, huddled together, were survivors. Their faces, pale with fear, turned to me. I motioned for them to follow, a silent promise of safety. But as they rose, I noticed their shadows. They all stretched toward me, long and thin, like grasping claws even though the sun was directly overhead. He thought they were survivors, huddled in the shadow of the collapsed building. Weak, yes, but alive. As he drew closer, a low hiss echoed through the rubble. Their forms began to shift, twisting into something ancient and terrifying, vampire dragons. A blast of dark magic sent him stumbling back into the street. The daylight offered no safety. Dozens of thralls, their eyes vacant, turned towards him. It was a trap. He gathered the moonlight, a cold silver power in the palm of his hand. They thought the sun was their ally, but they didn't know the moon casts its shadow even in the brightest day. As Dark Star rose, the street swarmed with thralls, their empty eyes fixed on him. With a flick of his wrist, bursts of arcane energy erupted, carving a path through the silent crowd. He fought his way across the asphalt, the midday sun offering no comfort, only harsh shadows. Just as he reached the other side, the old warehouse shuddered. From its shattered windows, vampire dragons emerged, their leathery wings blotting out the sky. They thought they had him trapped. He smirked, a silver gleam in his eyes, and unleashed a brilliant moon blast.
As Dark Star releases his first magic beam at the first vampire dragons emerging from the building. His magic moonbeam power looks beautiful in the daylight as it strikes one of the many vampire dragons emerging from the building. This was the signal. Many other moon wizards hopped out of hiding and released their moonbeams at the vampire dragons. They had planned a trap for the vampire dragons, then popped out the thrall hunters with their bow and arrows and their crossbows attacking the thralls. With quick action and moon magic, even during the bright light of the day, the street hoodlum moon wizards and their hunters were able to defeat the vampire dragons and their thralls,